Hello everyone, welcome. So we are going through CBSE NCERT book of Science of class 9. The chapter is tissues. Permanent tissues. So in the permanent tissues, what is there? In the permanent tissues, we know that they are non-dividing. Basically, they are non-dividing. Okay. So herein what happens? They take up specific role and lose their ability to divide. As a result, they form permanent tissue. This process of taking a permanent shape, size and function, that is known as differentiation. Okay, so differentiation leads to the development of various types of permanent tissue. So I told you when I was talking that there are two types of permanent tissue. One is simple permanent tissue, one is complex permanent tissue. So now coming to the simple permanent tissue. If I talk about the simple permanent tissue, so a layer of cells beneath the epidermis are generally simple permanent tissue. So this simple permanent tissue that we have, the simple permanent tissue that we have, they are again by their role, they are of three types. One is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So there are three different types of simple permanent tissue which is there. Okay, now looking at this, so now it consists of relatively unspecialized. So we have the simple permanent tissue that we are talking about. So parenchyma is most common simple permanent tissue. It consists of relatively unspecialized cells with thin cell walls. They are living cells. So they are usually loosely arranged, thus large spaces between cells are found in this tissue. Okay, so these are the parenchyma cell, and what is its function? It is to store food. The basic role of parenchyma is to store food. So when I talk about simple permanent tissue, first I said about parenchyma. Then here and in some situation it consists of chlorophyll, and if it consists of chlorophyll, then obviously it can do photosynthesis, and that is when this parenchyma with chlorophyll, it is known as chlorenchyma. So always remember, collenchyma and chlorenchyma is not the same. Okay. Then in aquatic plants, large air cavities are present in parenchyma to help them float. Such parenchyma is called as aerenchyma. So they are known as aerenchyma. So this is with chlorophyll, and if it has air, it is aerenchyma. Okay, now the flexibility in plants is due to another permanent tissue which is known as collenchyma. Now your chlorenchyma is parenchyma with chlorophyll, and next one which we are going to talk about is your collenchyma, which is going to give support. Okay, collenchyma is going to give you support, mechanical support. Okay, now it shows that bending of various parts of the plant like tendrils, stem climbers without breaking. It also provides mechanical support. So leaf stalks below the epidermis, we can find that. Then after that, the cells of the tissues, they are leaf and elongated and irregularly thickened at corners. This is very little intercellular space. So there is very little intercellular space. There is another kind of permanent tissue which is the sclerenchyma. The sclerenchyma, this tissue, it makes the plant hard and stiff. So basically, if hard and stiff means it will have no air gap. It will be very okay. So we have seen husk of coconut. It is made of sclerenchyma. So they are dead. These cells are dead, and they are long and narrow as the walls are thickened due to lignin. There is a presence of lignin in the sclerenchyma. So one of the 1 mark question which is very important. On these walls, often these walls are so thick that there is no internal space inside the cells, because they are thick enough. So that is about the different types of permanent simple tissue. That is simple permanent tissue if I talk about. So you saw we have parenchyma, we have collenchyma, and we have sclerenchyma. Okay. Now the next thing we come to, you observe in the outermost layer of cell, which is called the epidermis. The epidermis is usually made up of single layer of cell. In some cells living in dry habitat, the epidermis is thickened to protect them against water loss. Okay, now the entire surface of plant has an outer covering, epidermis, and it is going to protect the parts of the plant. Epidermal cells on the aerial parts of the plant, they secrete waxy water resistant layer on the surface which helps protection against loss of water. Mechanical injury by parasitic fungi. So all these things are done by the epidermal cells which is present. And since it is playing a protective role, cells of the epidermal tissue form a continuous layer without any intercellular spaces. So most epidermal cells are relatively flat. Often their outer and side walls are thicker than the inner walls. So we observe very small pores in the epidermis, and these small pores are known as stomata. These stomata are enclosed by two guard cells. So two guard cells are there which is going to enclose my stomata. Okay, so the gap here is known as the stomatal pore. Transpiration is nothing but loss of water in the form of water vapor. This also takes place through the stomata. Okay, now the epidermal cells of the roots, whose function is water absorption, commonly bear long hairs like parts that greatly increase the total absorptive surface. So in the roots, the epidermal cells have this function. In some plants like desert plants, epidermis has thick waxy coating of cutin. Why is that? Cutin is a chemical substance for waterproof, so that water does not get removed, transpiration does not occur easily. Now as the plants grow older, what happens? This outer protective tissue, they undergo certain changes, and a strip of secondary meristem which is located in the cortex forms layers of cells which constitute the cork. Cells of this cork are dead and compactly arranged without intercellular spaces. Okay, they also have a substance called suberin in their walls that makes them impervious to gases and water. Okay, so this is about the simple permanent tissue.